Quiet Power: Why I Started This Channel. What if the reason you feel exhausted is not your life, but your nervous system? For most of my life, I didn't feel good enough, not even as a child. I grew up with 3 older brothers. I wore their clothes. I had short hair. I looked like one of the boys. And I learned early that it was easier to adapt than to ask to be seen. I played with the boys because that's where I felt accepted. But inside, I often felt different. Even inside my own family. There was love in my home, but it wasn't expressed in ways that made me feel safe or held. Both of my parents carried traits of autism, and because of that, emotional connection was not always natural. There was structure, there was practicality, but emotional warmth was limited. And as a child, you don't understand neurodiversity. You just feel that something is missing. I missed something I couldn't name, especially from my mother. There has been grief in that, not because she didn't care, but because she couldn't give. Some of my brothers and later some of my nieces and nephews have been diagnosed. One is on early retirement because of it. So this has always been part of our family story. And somewhere in that story, I became very independent, very early. I learned to take care of myself, to regulate myself, to not need too much. But when a child becomes independent too early, the nervous system stays alert. You become hyper-aware. You scan rooms. You monitor tone. You adjust yourself. And that constant adjusting becomes exhausting. I think that's where my stress really began. Not in adulthood, not in my corporate job, but in childhood. Trying to belong, trying to not be too much, trying to not need too much. As an adult, this turned into anxiety, overthinking. Small talk felt draining. Entering rooms felt overwhelming. My body was always slightly tense, and I thought that was normal. Until it wasn't. My eyes started twitching constantly. I couldn't rest. I couldn't switch off. And I was signed off with stress. Shortly after, I was diagnosed with melanoma near my Achilles tendon. They had to remove skin all the way down to the bone. I couldn't walk properly for 8 weeks, and in that forced stillness, there was no more running. Not physically, not mentally. And something shifted. For the first time, I stopped trying to be strong. I started asking, what do I actually need? What would safety feel like? How do I calm a nervous system that has been on alert for decades? That's when I began rebuilding. Not my productivity, my foundation.